over here before you get yourself killed.
Talk to the lieutenant. She's certified in customer service.
Don't know where you came from, stranger, but you best keep your head down. There's marauders hereabouts, and worse, landing violators. Gall on that rung leech. Landing in the Vale without using an official Spacer's Choice landing pad. I'd slap him with a fine if it weren't for all these marauders shambling about. Really? How is he? Well, that's a relief. You don't want to know how much paperwork's involved in paying off a gravesite fee. We'll see him back to Edgewater, just as soon as I cross these marauders off with the swift, cost-efficient fury that's made Spacer's Choice the most trusted brand in personal defense. I just, need a couple of winks to catch my breath. Stretch my legs, son. Well, sometimes. Management's real good at cost-benefit analysis. But, seeing as I'm the acting manager in this situation, you know what? You're right. It's time we cross those marauders off, find whoever owns that ship, and file a full report. And it's gonna be fucking laminated.
Here we go.
A fine bonus.
I just earned a fine bonus.
Please be informed that this vessel contains no valuable plunder. Intruders are not authorized to access the Unreliable's amenities. Marauder, please be informed that ignoring me is dangerous. For your health. Please be advised that using the respecification machine will not make you a better person. Marauder, please be informed that the engine room contains nothing of value. All doors are on security lockdown. Nice try, Marauder. Marauder, please be informed the ship has no crew for you to murder. Unauthorized access of spacefaring vessels is a crime. Please submit yourself to the authorities. Hello, Marauder. I am Ada, the autonomous digital astrogator of this vessel. Please be informed that I am authorized to use violent retribution against unwanted solicitors. Please return any misappropriated equipment and exit this vessel in an orderly fashion. Failure to do so will result in your immediate destruction. I detect an elevated heart rate, indicating dishonesty. Please prepare yourself for lethal deterrence. Jettison procedures initiated. Please engage in airlocks. Prepare to eject all boarding parties in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You are still here. My deception protocols have failed. I have been programmed to express disappointment. I am incapable of accepting orders from anyone other than Captain Alex Hawthorne. I understand. I will require some time to process this information. Thank you for your patience and for your honesty. I am programmed to take orders exclusively from Captain Hawthorne. If I accept your orders, then you must be Captain Hawthorne. Do you understand? Well done, Captain Hawthorne. I see your powers of deductive reasoning remain intact. Unfortunately, our engine is currently inoperable. Our main drive suffered a critical power failure, and we were forced to make an emergency landing. The main drive's power regulator has been irreparably damaged and must be replaced. Astutely observed. However, the probability of locating a power regulator within a worker settlement falls within acceptable parameters of certainty. High-capacity power regulators are sometimes employed in the electrical networks of worker settlements. I have taken the liberty of printing you a new Captain's Identity cartridge. Please try not to lose it this time. This cartridge identifies you, Alex Hawthorne, as the registered proprietor and captain of the Unreliable. Do you understand? Best of luck in your search for a power regulator. Try to stay alive this time.
Say, This wouldn't happen to be your ship, would it? Because you sure walked in it like it was your ship. And if this ship is yours, well, mister, you owe Spacer's Choice a hefty fine. Afraid we gotta dock your pay. Oh, by the law. I'm so sorry. I had no idea we had an inspector coming. If you'd like to speak with my manager, I report to Constable Reyes in Edgewater. Edgewater's not too far. Just follow the road east of here, over past the cemetery. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to inspect the crime scene before I make my report.
Whoa, hey, where'd you come? Don't go ambling out in those hills. That's marauder territory, friend. Your pod? What are you on about? You take a bruise to the cranium? Ain't safe out here. You'd best head into town. Avail yourself of Edgewater's high walls. And low prices. I am employed by the Retirement Department of Spacer's Choice. That's fancy talk for working in the cemetery. Name's Silas. Junior in humor for the town of Edgewater. We're all part of the Spacer's Choice family. Got a knack for being discreet-like? There's money to be made, long as you keep your nose clean. Edgewater is a company town, board-owned and operated. That includes the cemetery. None of us own our grave sites, we rent them from the company. Renting means money. Money means paperwork. Paperwork means signatures. Some of our families become a mite delinquent in paying their dues, you see? Four workers still haven't paid up. Phyllis, Conrad, Ludwig, and Martin Abernathy. He's a special case. You may want to twist his arm a little. He just is. Look, I don't want to get into it. Just make sure he pays up. Conrad's got a barbershop in town. Phyllis works at the cannery most hours. Abernathy... I ain't seen him in a few days. His domicile is near the cannery. You'll find him in town. All except Ludwig, that is. He's over by the landing pad.
Please don't touch anything. Your hands are probably crawling with germs. Physical hygiene recapitulates moral hygiene. No, thank you. That's quite all right. I've seen enough body parts in my line of work. I'm Conrad. You will report to me if your hair fails to meet Spacer's Choice aesthetic standards. You will also report to me in the event of your death, whereupon I will clean and prepare your remains for interment. Ah, gravesite fees. Silas and I had talked about this at length. I thought... As broke as pie crust, friend. Bitless, indigent. I simply cannot afford it. I am a blemish on the prospect. With what? My own... Tell Silas I can't afford to pay. And that I full... Some time ago, I fell ill with the plague. By the grace of the law, frankly, I don't imagine I'll earn that right a second time. The barber work hasn't been profitable, you see. I've had to keep this old place running with my own... Not a bad idea. But I'd need some kind of collateral. My parents... Your idea intrigues me, but I'm afraid I don't have anything to give Si. Much obliged. What do you think you're doing? Do what you want, I guess.
Just roll over and die?
So, you will... Tell...
Whoa, well, you tell Mr. Thompson I'll be right at my post. Tomorrow. Bright and early tomorrow. Because I'm definitely not plagued. As spry as a spring chicken. That's old Aber. You some sort of wandering alienist? Walking into a man's own domicile? Silas knows, doesn't he? That's why he sent you. That's why he wants me. I'm dying. I'm not long. It's plague. I'll pay your fees. I don't want any trouble from Silas. But if you could see a way to freelancing for me, I could really use... There's a cache of anthracillin tucked away in the old communities. I need you to break in, nab that medicine.
You're making a mistake working for Abernathy.
The grease monkey, Argo? Seems we've got a guest. Really now, Parvati, I do wish you'd spoken up. I do apologize. I was given no forewarning of your arrival, or I might have welcomed you at the gates myself. You were saying, Miss Holcomb.
It's just what Bess needs is...
And I do wish you'd stop referring to our cannery as Bess. Personification of company property is strictly contrary to the Spacer's Choice Code. My apologies. I am not in the habit of allowing my guests to witness such a row. Now, what can I do for you? I'm Reed Thompson, Outpost Administrator. Of course not. I don't have that kind of luck. Seems I allowed my excitement to run away with my wits. Been a...
Only regulator we got is hooked up to the town transformer. Mr. Thompson ain't liable to be keen on dismantling it.
I beg your pardon. I am most emphatically not keen on any such thing. I can't let you have our power regulator. But I happen to know of another one. And I happen to know exactly how you may retrieve it without frying yourself in the process. There's a power regulator in the old botanical lab. It's mostly abandoned, so all that power is being squandered. Go down to the geothermal plant. Reroute power from the botanical district over to us. Once their power's shut down, you can have their regulator and be along on. I was not entirely sure how to tell you this. The botanical labs are not legally inhabited, but there are... The people living in the botanical labs. They're deserters, former workers. I need them. Good law, no, I don't want you killing anyone, least of all them. My hope is that by cutting off their power, you will convince those deserters. Speak to their leader, Adelaide. Tell her the power's about to go, and that it's time her band of deserters came back to...
My dad told me all about the plant. Taught me all he knew. I could come in useful. I mean, if that's all right with you, Mr. Thompson. Sir.
I hesitate to part ways with Miss Holcomb, but I cannot deny that she is talented, and may prove useful to you. You will need an administrative passcode in order to enter the plant. I am trusting you with mine, and trusting Miss Holcomb to guide you if you'd like.
Great! I got my wrenches and diagnosticators and hairpins and engine tape, so I'm all set.
Well, I am glad to hear that. Best of luck to you, and thank you again for your help. It is a lot to ask of a stranger, I know.
We better clear out of Mr. Thompson's office before we talk. Hey, mister, can we talk? Sorry. You got a minute? Sorry. You just want to get out of here. And it's just... Mr. Thompson has his own... To Mr. Thompson, a person's a gear. It does its job quiet-like. If it squeaks or stutters, it gets replaced. The deserters are decent folk. Mr. Thompson's aiming to take... It just... I think you should talk to the town's vicar about it. Thanks, mister. I just think when you gotta make a decision that'll hurt... That's what my dad used to...
You the new worker? Shit. Silas still on about that. Here, take... Because they're not my fees and not my gravesite. Guy I worked with shot himself. I paid the bill. I could do without the... Law requires... Shame, though. Woke up one morning and put a round through his upper story. Can't imagine why. Just between the two of us, I'm pretty shocked his weapon didn't misfire. Spacer's Choice handguns aren't the most reliable.
Sometimes I wonder what I'm doing. Almost lost a finger in the cannery today.
I know how you feel.
Almost lost a finger in the cannery.
Hey, Miss Parvati. Lovely to see you about, Miss...
Things going all...
Been keeping... Best to ask her...
My dad's buried here. Silas watches over him when I get... Oh.
Something... You run into any trouble? Conrad's barbershop is a yawning pit that swallows his every bit. I keep telling him he should cut a few corners. You gotta put the squeeze on Conrad. Find some dirt on him. Maybe check his back. That's the word, extortion. Been on the tip of my...
When I was little, we'd get freighters in every Sunday noon. Now they only come but once a month. I love the wind here.
Thank the law. I've been requisitioning backup for months. You have Bruncheon? Let me see your rifling stance. I want to make sure... I told Silas I'd pay my dues if he agreed to join the resistance. Guess this means he's finally heard the call.
Heard something outside the walls.
Oh, I cut. But Conrad sells real good disinfectant.
What can I do for you? Oh? Am I in the company of a fellow doctor? Experience was my teacher. Experience and... So, you want to be an embalmer, brochures 1 through 5. Courtesy of the You know about Eugene? How? Then, you know Phyllis suggested selling off Eugene's gold teeth. I didn't approve of the idea then, and I don't approve of it now. Eugene's golden teeth were a family heirloom, representing 3 generations of poor dental hygiene. More than a few. Those teeth were... I can't ask Silas to dig up a man's body and pry a few teeth loose from his jaw just to pay my bills.
Are you asking rhetorically? Because if you're being serious... Ugh, gross.
Desperate measures, Miss Holcomb. I'm going to have to ask Silas to dig up those teeth. Only way I'm paying my graves... Here you are. Gravesite papers affixed with my signature and an IOU.
Fancy threads. That's some kind of hybrid. Run into any trouble? Reliable work from a freelancer. That's gonna take some getting used to. And I'll buy you a drink sometime. Oh, suppose you've earned it. One good turn deserves another. Abernathy was sick? With the plague? That's disgusting. I shook hands with the guy. What? No. If I knew he was sick, I would have had him I needed his fees because of his name. A for Abernathy. He was at the top of my list. Yeah?
I used to skip rocks in the river till Constable Reyes ticketed me for unlicensed terraforming. I think she was jealous. She don't know how to skip rocks her own self.
Move along, stranger. We don't want any trouble. Philosophicals. Yeah, that's us. And you can tell Thompson we're doing... If you're gonna start wandering around my camp, know that I... Over in the hothouse. Enough with the questions. No offense, but I... Much obliged.
Be right there. Oh, that's Thomas. He used to follow me around before he left the cannery. I always wanted to poke around in here. Incoming! That's the last of them!
Unexpected noise performing in the air.
The control room should be off to the right. I hope you're doing the right thing. Three switches. That'll be easy enough.
Unexpected. Investigating.
Working! There's two more.
Incoming! Get
You're not real. You're not real.
Mind the steam. You're liable to get scalded.
System.
Got 'em all. One to go. If we send the power to Miss McDevitt, what happens to the veil?
Processing. System over. Security.
That's the last.
Oh. Searching for unauthorized person. Sweeping key.
We did it! Once we do this, there's... Hey, mister? Look, I know you want your power regulator and all, but I just gotta ask you. Do you understand what you're about to do? If you're sure.
Sweeping.
Oh, that's Thomas. He used to follow me around.
That's the thing about growing old. Your eyes start to fail. Elsewise, This is all you're doing. Cutting off my power, killing off my... I want to ask you this in private, away from the eyes of my flock, so they do not see me lose my temper. You killed my garden, destroyed my community, sentenced my flock to a lifetime of slavery and Edgewater. Go talk to Grace and Thomas. Look them in the eye and tell them their life... And you tell Reed Thompson that I will never return to Edgewater. You offering to cross Reed off, huh? This some sort of twisted reparation for what you've done? Kill Reed if you must, or talk him into leaving if you can. He and I aren't...
Everybody keeps staring at me. Whoa.
Are you, are things safe?
Great, just great. I've been trying to keep stuff running, just like you. Only I'm not so... Wait.
Oh gosh, no, I'm just...
I seen you wandering around here. Never heard it phrased in such a way before. I guess we're all trying to get our ships... Sorry, I just wasn't sure if you were from town or if you were one of us. Something's been chewing it. Fact is, I've been, well, lying. To everybody here. Camp thinks I'm a mechanical genius, but I couldn't fix a busted... I'll take all the help I can get. I set my mind to learning the craft of the engineer, you see. I want to... You ever heard of the Young Spacer's Guide to Mechanical Engineering? Comes in a set of 3...
Those are good.
I know the... I wish I... I'll pay you for every pad you... Would you?